Hi, my name is David, and this is Josh, and we're asking people in the area about the upcoming federal election. And if you had a vote today, who would you lean towards voting for?
Pierre Poilievre.
Pierre Poilievre? No comment? Why Pierre Poilievre?
Because he makes common sense.
Yeah. I know some people complain, oh, all he is slogans and stuff like that, but you know, why what is it about Pierre Poilievre do you think that he's gonna change for Canada?
He has a plan, and we just don't need politicians. We need people who have a plan, who have a vision, who have foresee a future, and not a plan just for today, but a plan for 10 years, 20 years out for the next generation. And he is that man with a plan. Yeah. And he makes common sense. It's simple. It's easy. It's like regular Canadians can understand what he's doing. It's not something complicated.
Yeah.
So I truly appreciate that.
Yeah.
Leaning towards Liberal because I have to. Because we don't have any choice. It's either that or Conservative, and I would die before I vote Conservative.
Oh, really? Yeah. So even 3 straight terms of Liberal, do you believe that they're the best choice?
I'm going to tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. I can disagree with the Liberals, and I feel I would have a voice to disagree. Mm-hmm. The other party scares me. I'd rather be in disagreement than in fear.
Leaning towards voting for?
Poilievre.
Poilievre? What about you?
Well, I'm struggling right now because I don't know to vote for a government that's been killing off the people and injuring them. So why would I vote for anybody?
Yeah. So you're still undecided?
He doesn't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think he does.
I think I do. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just struggling because they haven't even discussed the deaths that have been happening since 2021.
Yeah.
And the injuries.
Right.
So it's like, why would I vote for a government that supported that for 4 years?
Okay.
So, don't know yet.
Yeah. But you do want someone that's going to make Canada great again, obviously, as they see.
Only the people can make Canada great again. We can't depend on the government to make Canada great. It's only the people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why we're in this mess.
Right. Yeah. I hear you. Yeah. So what about you? You said Pierre Poilievre. Why Pierre Poilievre?
Well, we're in a situation now where we're in dire straits. Okay, we've had 10 years of the Liberals, but yet now with the illegitimate Prime Minister Carney, who nobody elected, is saying everything was fine the last 10 years, and it was only since Trump put these tariffs on that Canada's in trouble. Yeah. That's absolute BS.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, I rest my case.
Yeah.
So, we're in dire straits right now. We need a change of government now.
Yeah. And it's the people that can only make Canada great again.
Yeah. Election.
Probably Carney.
Mark Carney?
Yeah.
Okay. Why Mark Carney?
That's a good question. I'm not too sure. I just don't feel comfortable voting for Poilievre right now.
Okay.
Yeah, with everything going on with the states.
Right.
Yeah.
And what about how the Liberal government's been the last 9 years? Do you think Carney would change it up, or?
I'm not a fan of what they've done over the past, I guess, 9 years, but I do feel like maybe he might be a change that's needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. And I see you guys have the no 51st state. What do you feel like the Mark Carney would prevent that from happening? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think, to be fair, all 3 of the major parties would, but yeah, I do.
Okay. All right, fair enough. What about you? Do you know where you're leaning towards voting in the election, or?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Are you still debating? Okay. So is it more of lesser of two evils, or is it just you're just research?
I was leaning away from one party, and I'm leaning back towards one party, so I haven't decided yet.
Okay. All right.
Leaning towards Maxime Bernier, the PPC party.
And why Maxime Bernier?
Well, because he basically was with the truckers' convoy from day one. He was with us for freedom, no lockdowns, all the stuff that they've thrown at us. and he's never changed course. He was arrested for standing up and talking. As a person, I like him. I like a lot of his policy. At least he speaks of giving us the freedoms that we're searching for. He wouldn't do any of this tariffing crap. He'd be talking. We'd be in a better place. We wouldn't be double taxed with all the tariffs. So that's why.
Yeah, what do you vote for? I've never asked you.
Liberals.
Liberals?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think I'm waiting.
We're waiting for.
I'm waiting to hear the debate, and that will probably help me decide. I'm pretty much on the fence about it right now. There's no one party I'm preferring more right now.
Okay.
Not that I'm afraid to share, but yeah.
I think I'm still doing my research because I've heard many things from both sides of the coin. I've heard that, Poilievre doesn't have as much knowledge in the economic side as Carney does. However, I'm leaning more towards conservative, but we'll see until the day. I mean,
There's still time.
there's still time, and housing,
Things could still happen,
for me, like
right?
housing
As far as time
is a big one. Education is a big one because I'm a teacher. So we all want to see a change, but truly, I don't know. Politics have been known to sway years into, their jobs. So hopefully something happens, and hopefully just the people go out to vote. That's it, right?
That's right.
What are you leaning towards voting for?
Liberal, 100%.
Okay.
There are no more to choose, and it's the best.
Okay.
We need to have a good candidate, because it is a big fight. I mean, it is a big fight, and the best choice for me is liberal, because it is a smart guy, and he has the education to do the job. Okay.
The patriotism?
Like 2 years ago, we weren't allowed to wave Canadian flags. Now all of a sudden it's okay.
Yeah.
What changed?
Yeah.
What changed?
Yeah, you bring up a good point, because I remember, 3 years ago in Canada, and everybody was wearing orange and stuff like that. Now all of a sudden it's changed, right?
Yeah, elbows up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the people that are here are the same people that vilified the Freedom Convoy. These are the people here that wanted their heads smashed in.
Yeah.
And now they're all waving their flags. Canada, what do they say? Canada
First? Or?
No, Canada First is Poilievre's thing.
Team Canada.
Team Canada?
Yeah.
No. No. Team Canada is Team Liberal, Team Communist, as far as I'm concerned, because we are going, right now, I consider Canada being captured. We've been captured, and I think what Trump is doing is he's trying to wake people up, but obviously it's not happening. Waking up to the fact that Canada is China's beachhead, and they're right on the U.S. border. So why are not people talking about the China tariffs? The 100% tariffs on canola, our seafood, and our pork.
Yeah.
Not a word.
Yeah.
Silence.
Yeah. No, I agree. And also, it's also saying that some people say China is the ones who produce the fentanyl as well, right?
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And we have Chinese police stations in our country.
Yeah.
But this, I find that people just turn on their TV, and that's where they get their instructions.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll leave it.
Maxime Bernier, People's Party of Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is Maxime's? Why Maxime Bernier for you?
He's pretty much the only one that has any common sense on all our policies. If you read about his policies, he's, taking care of the people of Canada, not other countries, wanting to do, for example, sensible immigration rather than all the illegal immigration they've been allowing in, which has been putting pressure on, our housing and everything. Not funding illegitimate wars in other countries. Let's worry about Canadians first, lowering taxes and all that. He's, I guess what you would call, used to be a traditional conservative. Let's get rid of all the socialism, the Marxism that's been happening here.
Right. Now, why doesn't Maxime get the attention that other leaders have been getting?
Well, there's a concerted effort actually on the part of all the governments and the traditional legacy media of not giving him any airtime, shutting him out, just as they've shut out basically any alternative opinions, whether it be lay people or even at his level, at the government level. So he hasn't been getting any airtime, but he's actually been out on the ground, crossing Canada, speaking to people in their neighborhoods, having one-on-one with people. And that's what all the leaders should be doing. None of them do that. He's having the discussions. He's asking people, what is it that concerns you? He really does care about Canadians and about Canada and about saving.
Do you like Mark Carney as a leader?
I haven't seen him yet. Yeah. But I'm just saying, because we don't have proportional representation in this country, you have to vote strategically.
Right.
Right? And I would rather have the devil that I have grown accustomed to. Well, I'm not a devil, but the other one, I don't trust him at all. I don't like anything he said. I don't like anything he's done. I don't like the fact that he doesn't really tell you what he stands for. He only tells you what he's against.
If I could vote, I'm actually not 18 yet, but if I could vote, I would vote Liberal.
Yeah? Why would you vote Liberal? What's
I just think in comparison to Conservative, I think it's more beneficial for society. Like, you do see a tax increase and stuff like that, but I think those taxes are like benefiting people like within like society and helping with like institutions and schools and stuff like that, especially with healthcare.
Right. Now, some would say that these taxes are taking so much out of our paycheck that, you know, young people like yourself can't really have a high cost of living. I mean, not high cost of living, but make income that's beneficial for the future. What do you think about that? Like, do you think that your income is limited because of all the taxes? And
I think we do see like different plans that the Liberal like team has come up with in terms of like helping to improve like the like cost of living and stuff like that. But you also see minimum wage going up and other like sources to help kind of like help that issue and like expanding the housing crisis, stuff like that.
Okay.
We can't rely on the government.
Don't look to your politicians. Yes, you have to vote, but say your party gets in, don't go and sit on your couch. If they're not doing what they said they were going to do, then you better go after them. And just because I support Poilievre doesn't mean that if he gets in, I'm just going to go and go, hey, okay, now I can just, I'm going to hold him to account, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll be on the streets just like I'm now. And, you know, there'll be no rest. So,
yeah.